Ow. My knee was gonna fucking, my kneecap was gonna pop out of its spot. Sorry. I started the recording a little bit premature. I think I came a little too soon on this, you know what I mean? I feel like I need to get my updated drink. Because the ice ratio is sounding a little bit dire, so give me a moment. Give me a fucking minute, bitch. Well, here, let's do this. We're gonna light both of these nuts first. That way that can start warming up and simmering or sizzling or whatever it is. You know, it can start just releasing the dick cheese, you know, just shit that we don't want. Sorry. it just was a Okay, bitch. All right. We're getting sensory overload from the dick cheese comment. I really should always quit while I'm ahead. Everybody should. Everybody should know when their limits are of when they need to quit when they're ahead. I'm still learning mine. That's okay. It's fine, because when you excel, they'll always spreadsheet about you. I was sitting here trying to pick off the wax because my menacing children like to dip their fingers in the fucking wax melt that is right behind your ass over here. And then they drip it all over this shit. And then it's all over here. And then there's white residue that I've been flaking up because I'm sitting here trying to scrape off the wax. And then and then the camera shows it. And it looks like it's Coca-Cola powder. And then people are like, what are you itching your nose for? Because I get itchy and weird and sensory. And then it's a whole thing because they think I'm weird and on stuff because there's stuff and and then I can't like awkwardly cut it out or wipe it out or anything because then it looks like I was trying to cover up the fact that I've never done that in my life. Actually, I have before. Because the ex-husband forced me to. Well, he didn't force me to. I just knew it was going to be an issue if I didn't just do it. And of course, that was a situation where it's like, do I want to do it more to be a badass because he's standing here and is going to make me anyways? Or do I want to have to make it annoying and have him force me to do it? And then it would be a more terrifying experience. So I'm just going to quick get into the fucking gangster mindset. We're going to get down and we're going to fucking snort this line like we've done it a billion times, bitch. And it did work out that way because he was really impressed. Which is not saying much. Well, I mean, he is really hard to impress, so it is saying a lot. But in this context, it's kind of both, you know what I mean? It's very low life. It's very low vibrational, bitch. But yeah, we were, don't worry, we were in Dallas for something stupid. It was a business trip. Well, it wasn't stupid. It was a business trip. I mean, the fact that he was there is why it was stupid. And, yeah, I think, yeah, we had went to the script club, and, I looked so hot that when we went in, they thought that I was one of the scrippers reporting for work, and immediately he was really upset about that because, you know, his shiny head needed to be the first thing that everybody sees, and because it wasn't, he was just upset. So that started the evening off, and then he got way too drunk and apparently bought some Coca-Cola in a bag from somebody in the fucking bathroom. I don't know if he bought it from one of the scrippers. I don't know. But we ended up getting back to the hotel, and it sounds like it was a fun time. It was not. He's a belligerent. I was babysitting the entire time. It is not fun. Trust me, it's terrifying to babysit the person you're terrified of. Not in a toddler way. Yeah. Belligerent O-line, 255-pound linebacker, closeted sissy men. They're honestly very scary when they're unhinged. So yeah, it was one of those situations, and he was so belligerent, and he was like, "Bet you're gonna fucking, I got this shit, and we're gonna do it." And I'm like, "Hell the fuck, yes we are. Okay, bro." And then And then we did, and then we were in the back of a fucking Uber the next morning, and I remember like fucking choking on air in the back. This was a really fun trauma dump. Usually they're like sad trauma. This was a funny one. This was a good one. Hell yeah. Fuck yeah, bitch. Fuck yeah. That's my justice. I'm gonna end that. Wow, that was fun. That was great. That was fantastic. 10 of Wands, bitch. Big energy, bitch. This was good. This was good, bitch. This was good. The lovers. I am in love with myself, honestly. This was fun. This was fun. Do you think it was fun? Was it good for you? Actually, I don't give a fuck. You know what? I'm gonna tell you it was good for me, and that's enough, okay, honey bunch? Ace of Pentacles, yes, renewed life. Of all the things that only serve me and nobody else. Two of Pentacles, yes. Balancing what does and doesn't serve me. Which is still meaning that I'm balancing some shit that doesn't serve me, but that's life, right? You know what I mean? Because I'm not being like serious. I'm not self-centered. This is just me kind of taking the traits from all of the people who have treated me like that and then doing it online because it's fun. It's like I'm gaslighting myself back. But it's using it for good. You know what I mean? I'm like oppressing my oppression. I'm info dumping online my oppression to kind of like it's to balance the scales back. Temperance. Yeah. Divine balance and guidance and divine timing, bitch. Queen of Pentacles. Yeah, whatever that is. It's me on top of all of the fruits of my labor. You know. So. Yeah, 5 of Cups. I don't know what that one means. I have no clue. King of Wands. Big dick energy. We knew I had that. That's why the X was King of Swords. So that was a king and a king. I mean, we knew that there's 3, right? But there's 2 kings, we kings, me. You know, I don't know what the fuck that was. That was just silly. Strength. Yeah, the king in me. The king in me. The Jesus, the Brandon motherfucker. Yeah. He's cool. 7 of Pentacles. I don't know what that one means. King of Cups. So that's 3 kings, right? Yeah. Yeah. 2 of Cups. Balancing with the kings. Yes. But I think in this case, they overpower me, which is kind of how we like it. You know, it needs to be that way because I need to be able to trust somebody to be the structure because I don't have that, clearly. Like, I don't. Like, I mean, his bald ass was able to manipulate me into doing anything, and that's ridiculous. Him? It's just ridiculous. So, there's clearly a lot, you know, I needed the structure, and so 3/4 of me is like the 3 kings and me. 3 of Wands! And me! Holy shit, bitch! That's literally what I was saying, but it's like the visual of what I was saying. Wow! Wow. Wow. That was special. 5 of Pentacles. I'm being left outside, being left in the cold. I don't know, they're just outside. And it looks cold. 4 of Swords. She looks like she's waiting on a man to save her in her tower, which is not what we're doing over here, so I rebuke that. 3 of Swords, which is interesting, though, because it's me, like, rebuking that. I'm like, I'm dropping that shit. Like, we're not going to entertain that. But it is interesting because it's 5, 4, 3. Emperor! Yeah! That's what I've been saying. Because the Emperor in me, the kings, my hardness, the mask, it's not really a mask because it's still me. It's just like the structural protective me that has my actual brain on and uses the logic that's quick thinking because like I'm not very quick thinking, just the way I am. But my mask is. Do you know what I mean? It's like the higher self, but it's not higher anymore because he's been hired, right? He's been here the whole time, which is like the Brandon thing. Page of Wands is me. The page is like the adolescence, isn't it? So it's like, and I'm not saying I'm an adolescent. I just mean like I'm in my unmasked energy that is like maybe ditzy or like airy and carefree like an adolescent. But trust me, that's not what the case is. Because speaking of that ex of mine, the stupid one we've been talking about, yeah, he projected that I was like age regressing and stuff, and because I didn't know, and I like trusted and loved him in that role of like guiding me, because you know biblically that's what you're supposed to do when you're married. It was the whole thing, but yeah, so because of that, him projecting that stuff, I just thought that was what it was because I didn't know anything different. The moon illusions, right? Yeah, and then the full moon was yesterday, so that makes sense because this is the stuff that I'm letting go of because I'm finally like, that's insane, bitch. 9 of Wands, yeah, that's insane, bitch. Ace of Swords, clarity. So I am getting good at it. I'm getting better at it. Like, I'm learning. 7 of Swords, I don't know what the fuck that one is. 2 of Swords, I know, is a crossroads. Page of Pentacles, again, is something about the energy that I'm in right now. Knight of Pentacles is like me leveling up, I think. You know what I mean? I want to be done. Suddenly very irritated because I remember I need to get my drink. Yeah. 3 of Pentacles. I don't know what any of these mean anymore. I'm just going to stop at one that I understand. The Empress. Okay. We know what that one is. And in this case, it's like me being strong enough to create that motherly structure, not only for my kids, obviously, but in a way that I feel safe within myself to allow that softness of the inner child, or like the vulnerability, because previously, like, I was scared to like let myself be vulnerable because I didn't want to like spiral out of control, or like he had conditioned me to think that like me doing that was weak or mentally ill, when really it was just like unmasking. And so I was scared to let myself do it again because I didn't want to spiral out of control. And especially now, because it is just me and the kids, I was afraid of that. I was afraid of allowing myself to soften and then spiraling out of control, because as a single mom, that's not an option. And so I'm really proud of myself because the last few weeks I've really been leaning into creating like a masculine structure that feels safe, but also allowing myself the vulnerability still. And I'm really proud of myself because, oh, that's actually really pretty. Whoa, whoa. Yeah, the sun, yeah. Yeah, I'm really proud. Ace of Swords, clarity, yeah. Yeah. Okay, that was fun. That was a fun one. I like that one. Emperor, again! Wow. Yeah. So I feel really special and blessed and proud of myself. Yeah, and I appreciate when people watch it or comment or like let me know that they've watched it, but it's not like in a way to boost the algorithm. I don't give a shit. I mean, if you scroll on my stuff, you can see that I've been posting the same as I always do, even when my shit gets 3 views and no likes, and I still am the same because that shit doesn't matter. Justice, yeah, but like it's for me, I like knowing when people resonate with things, or I also just like knowing the things that you guys pick up because it helps me understand the mirror more, even if it's incorrect. I'm like, I know myself enough now to know what is correct and incorrect when somebody tells me their perception of me, and I enjoy understanding that because it helps me understand you as well. Do you know what I mean? It just helps. I just like it. It's like a special interest. Anyways, it's 1:55 a.m. Although when I said it, it turned to 1:56. It's Tuesday, February 3rd. I have divorce court tomorrow. Which is funny because it's the 4th. Tomorrow's the 4th, and that's my parents' I think it's their 44th wedding anniversary. And I'm having divorce court for my second divorce. And that's going to go into a whole other thing with my father that I've been dealing with this past week. The chariot. Yeah, I need to take a break before I can get into that. I need to take a break before I get back on the chariot, okay? That's going to... It's really stressing me out, okay? Yeah, so that thing says 1551, which is the mirror number of 1551, which is really 66, root 66, which is 12, which is, you know, the whole 12 disciples thing, but whatever the fuck. And then 3 is my life path number, because the 1 and the 2, and then it adds to 3 the Hanged Man, and the Hanged Man is the Jesus card, and, what did I just say about all of that shit? I'm gonna be done. I've said enough, okay? Hi, yeah, bye. Sorry, not hi, but bye. Thank you for hanging out with me. My name is Krista, okay? Yeah, my name is Krista, and when you look it up in Google, it means Christ follower. Christ is my chariot, you know what I mean? I'm just gonna, like, hop on and ride that. Okay. Okay, whoa, girl. Holy shit, bitch. But yeah, I'm gonna be back, but it's... Wow, I don't know ever how to stop. I don't. I need someone right here to just push the button for me, and I think that that's what old JC does for me, is he knows when to push the button, because I push all the buttons and I never know when to stop. Holy shit, bitch.